Teacher Helen, can you hear me? Uh, you have to unmute. Sorry, you have to unmute your mic. It's in the left hand corner. No, just unmute. You will see a stop video and a. Sorry, maybe I can also do that for you. Sorry, hold on. Unmute. Okay, great. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, very good. Excellent. We're so pleased that you could join us. Martin will join us a little bit later in the meeting in about half hour. But
So can you hear me now?
yes, we
Thank
can.
you. Sorry, just now it took me. I was actually prepared this morning, but I don't know why this evening. And again, I need to spend some time to really get it right.
That's okay. You're a Zoom expert now, and let me go to a gallery view. We have students gathered from around the world, many in Europe. We have another teacher, Gina Lauscha, in Malaysia, and
Hello.
many in South America, Mexico City, Argentina. There's Mauro. So many of them know you, and Mauro was just showing me a book that was translated to Spanish. We have Lucy in France, many friends. Um,
Thank you very much. How to pronounce your name, Amir? Is
yes, my name is very simple, just Amir,
Amir.
A-M-I, Amir.
Okay. Thank you. Because I was afraid if I pronounce not correctly.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not offended. Let me do a pin video. Sorry, hold on.
So now only you and me are on the video. The other people hadn't really come in yet.
Yeah, we have about 26 students. Uh, they're all here. Most of them have their video on.
Uh-huh.
Can you see the video? If you click on gallery view, you should be able to see everyone. But most have, there's an icon in the top right-hand corner. It says gallery view.
You mean here? Let's see. Oh, yeah. So in this way, I can see everybody, right?
Yes, yes,
Hi. Hello, everybody. Hi.
yes. Many, many good friends from around the world. Great. And we are also recording you. So after this is done, I'm pleased to send you the recording and we will make it available to all of our friends.
Thank you.
So a very
Yeah, friends really want to come, but the time is not available.
yes, it gets very late. Our day is just starting in New York, 9 a.m. and it's 19. Yes. So as a way of introduction, Teacher Helen, can you talk a little bit about how you got started with Zhineng Qigong?
Yes, I'll be happy to share a little bit about myself and how do I start with Zhineng Qigong. That was a long, long time ago, back in March 31st, 1989. That moment I was still a student, and the beginning, at very beginning, it's very simple reason, because that moment I had some nose problem, so it's often kind of not opening and not breathe very well. and even can lead to the brain, I mean, kind of headache and lots of uncomfortable, influence my study. So for that, and I got to know Zhineng Qigong, and also being a student, I always want to get a good grade. So, and I was introduced to practice. So at the very beginning, I learned like wall squatting and level 1, and you know, some simple method. Of course, later on, something really pushed me to go to the Huaxia Center to formally professionally study. Is because I have no way. Later on, I suffered from a quite serious disease of the bone, and because although I learned before Zhineng Qigong, but I didn't really put my heart into practicing. I kind of took it for granted. So sometimes I practice, sometimes not. So when I need to suffer, I still suffer. That's why I suffered the like the bone problem, which in Western medicine they have no way to better cure. It's like only do the operation and also use the artificial bone, whatever. It's not the best choice for me then, because I was very young, and they say every 5 years or at most 10 years I have to do another surgery. So imagine how many times I have to do the surgery for the whole life. So then, because of no way, even the TCM can only kind of, you know, give the treatment for the early stage. But that moment I was in the very late, like last stage. Because of no way, I have to go to the center, and I went to Huaxia Center to first just join the recurrent department for my you know, self-health. Later on, when I got well and I worked there, and you know, took lots of 2 months and 3 months programs and 2 years Zhineng Qigong Science program. Then I worked there as a teacher, and also not only in recurrent department, also in charge of teaching foreign students, you know, from all over the world. That's how I got to know Qigong, and I was very happy I have the chance to study and work in Huaxia Center, and then direct from our teacher, and this really make a big difference in my life.
Yes, so you were there from 1989 to the year 2000? Almost.
Yes, 2001. I also went there 2001, but that moment the center is, you know, at the reason everybody knows, it's almost close. Yeah.
Close, yes, in 2001. Yes. And then, Teacher Helen, what happened to you after the center closed? You traveled around China, or you started a center?
Oh, after the center closed, I mainly stay in Beijing, but of course I also traveled around 30 countries. So for in Beijing, and we have the set up the Beijing Wisdom Healing Center.
Yes.
And this at the moment has 3 parts of the work. One is the part is the training part. So we also train teachers,
Yes.
Because, you know, Zhineng Qigong Science is big work. It needs many excellent Zhineng Qigong teachers
Yes.
teaching in different countries, so people can easily to reach when they want to learn. So I think in around 30 countries, we train many teachers, and so this is about the training section, training part. The other is recovering part. Mm-hmm. The recovering part, and you know, because called Beijing Wisdom Healing Center, we have also patient students who are from, I mean, different parts of the world, also some from different parts of China. Yes. Can you still see me? Because I can't see myself now on the screen.
Yes, I'm showing everyone your beautiful center, but we can see you and we can hear you. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. No problem. And so for the recurring part, we also have students from some parts. Some are kind of, you know, have some cancer, disease, leukemia, serious cancer, all have very good, effective result. some fully recovered, some very effective, some effective. And we also have students from other country or from China with other series or light disease, which is not effective in West or Chinese medicine. So the recurring part is also doing very well. And then the third part is the research part.
Yeah.
So the research part is also something for me I pay great attention because me myself, I'm also a scientist. So that's there's two parts of research we are doing right now. One is the research together doing with the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences. We are doing the agriculture research, and with all food professor, also the professor, experts. Yeah, and some of them, they were my students before. And also this research was directed by our teacher Pang directly. So we already did 3 years of the research, and we should do, like 5 to 8 years. This our teacher Pang told us. So we will still continue doing, although it's had good results, but it's not enough. We have to do 5 to 8 years for this part, ongoing research. And the other part is together with Beijing TCM University School of Life Science. We are doing the cancer research, both the clinical research and the basic research. So this is the two part. This research part is something I pay a lot of attention. Yeah. And the training part and the recurring part, mainly teacher Karl, he's in charge of that part. I mostly in charge of the research part, but also help with the training and recurring part when there's more students come. For example, some months we have group come, like this March and April we have like 24 people's group comes, and in August we will also have a group from Argentina and Mexico. So for one big group come, I have to have together.
Yes. We have many students who don't speak good English. So they have a request if you can talk a little bit slowly because they have trouble following at times.
Okay, I will speak slowly.
Yes,
sorry, I didn't aware of that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, so that's great. A lot of different aspects to your center. Yes.
Yeah.
And then, teacher, you're going to Europe in just a few days in July.
Yeah. And that is like less than a month. We will be going to Europe.
Okay. What countries are you traveling to? And
this time is Germany, Italy, and Holland.
Germany, Italy, and Holland. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and actually, in the year of 2008, we have been teaching development genetic science in Holland and also Germany, and the feedback was also great, and lots of good results, and people are very happy. And then because very busy work, it's mainly in China, in Beijing, so we don't have time to travel. And then until last year we went to Germany. And then Michael is our friend, also is our student who came to Beijing for 6 times to learn from Karl. And so last year we went to Munich, Augsburg to teach 2 genetic workshops. And everyone is very happy, very good result. So this year, we were invited again. We will be in Italy from July, the kind of late 13th and also like 14th, but the workshop is July the 15th and the 16th. So there's 2 days workshop in Italy and nearby Florence. So if anybody near there, if like to, attend the course, welcome. And then from July the 17th, we are travel to, Munich, Augsburg, Germany. So we have 2 workshops in Germany from August the 18th to the 20th. This is 3 days. The other workshop is from the July 21st to the 23rd. So another 3 days. Altogether 6 days workshop in Germany.
In Germany, okay. And what do you teach in the workshops? Is it level 1 and level 2, or is it just mostly level 1?
And in Italy, because we already know, some kind of a request from the students, because usually we are according to the students and their needs and demanding to decide what exactly we will arrange in the workshop. So in Italy, because it's only 2 days, and then the first day is will be mainly focus on level 1, and then the second day we will focus on level 2. So the level 1 and level 2, both the method and the theory, for the improvement more intensively. Yeah. And for Germany, because its situation is different, because Michael is the one who invited us there from Augsburg, and he said it's still students are signing in, so we don't have the final list yet. So we will we always ask the students to tell us what do they need the most, according to like their situation, they're demanding to decide. Because for us, we kind of, in the center study and so long. So all the information we are familiar. In the 2 years program, the Zhineng Qigong Science teachers program, we learned level 1 to level 3 systematically. So I think it's easy to arrange when the students, the final list, the name list comes out according to their level, their foundation. But the basic plan is like the first 3 days, will be much easier, like focus on level 1 and like 3 centers and all the gongs and also the necessary theory. And the second 3 days will be much more advanced. So because there are some people, they attend not only the first 3 days, also attend the second 3 days. So we will teach level 1 and 3 centers level 2, even the songs, because some people have the organs problem need to improve. For level 3, even we cannot teach the whole thing. We will depends on, we will look the student situation, but we will try to teach some organs, the songs. The songs will, lead the qi to the organs to help some students to improve the organs health much more effectively.
Yes.
So both the method and theory, and of course some question and answer, and whatever students need, we will ask them, each of them, to write down, what they want to improve, what the goal they want to reach before the course start. So according to that, we will be more carefully arranged. So then we can, have more kind of, detailed arrangement. Now we only can do the big picture plan.
Yes. We have some. Yes, we have a question from Jacob. Yes, she is going to Holland.
Yeah, we also go to Holland, but the Holland is only like now we didn't plan to organize any workshop there. It's only because Karl's students, Hansen and her husband, they inviting us to meet their old the students, also the old friends. So they invite us to go there to kind of meet them, teach her and her husband also to there's also other friends from Spain. They will also travel to Holland to meet us, give them some lessons, and maybe also just to have free conversation is regarding practicing and Zhineng Qigong as well. Only 2 days there. Yeah, and then on the 28th, we are traveling back from Munich. So it's probably the end of July we will coming back. As from August, we will have a group from Mexico and Argentina arriving in Beijing.
Oh, arriving in Beijing. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. We have some more questions. We have a question about daily practice. If you wouldn't mind sharing, like, Teacher Helen, what is your daily practice when you practice? Do you do level 1 lift chi up, or do you also do the mind body form?
My daily you mean now the daily practice or before?
Yes, now. Yes.
Of course, also like different stage period, and I found some different things to improve. And for now, actually, what I practice a lot. I still, although I learned everything in the center, but I
Yes.
still practice a lot of level 1
Yes.
centers, level 2, and for level 3, I when students, we teach, and then but for practice, I mainly practice like the 5 organs, those parts. So
Okay.
I choose something that I focus on
Yeah.
practice. And 3 centers also is something I really feels like my favorite, because teacher Pang has been practiced our movement in person. So I really like in the 2 years program, every day we practice 2 hours.
Oh,
So I still very fond of 3 centers.
yes, yes. That's a very powerful exercise to build dancing chi. We have a question from Brian. He's asking how big is the Yunnan Qigong community in China? Do you also get students from China, like Chinese students locally, or is it mostly foreign students?
Mostly foreign students, but because we are also have lots of Chinese students, and they also have this demanding of practicing. So we also had some, but not much. We also had some Chinese students. It's mainly like most of the old Zhineng Qigong friends. The students who they already know how to practice. So sometimes we went to the park. For example, when I live in Capital Normal University, in the morning I got up early to get them. It's all free, get them to practice. And then when I live in the academy institute, also every evening when I come back, I get them to practice, and from level 1 to level 3, because they practice both in the morning and in the evening. Also sometimes in the park. So there are some places we went to get them to practice, to direct practice. Use the early morning and evening time. So it's free to teach them. But there's also there's some kind of people who learn from us, the Chinese students, is mostly the patients, the people who have disease. For example, there's like cancer, lungs cancer, stage 4, and then they have a few students like that situation, because for stage 4 lungs cancer, they cannot do operation, so they only can use. There's a kind of medicine, but not for everybody. Only some people whose gene has sudden change they can use. So that's why we have students for that part, and then they are Chinese, and like so far there's 3 of them, and then very effective. One is already recovered, and as after 1 years, and then the others already also improved a lot. So there's also a few children, and then they suffer from, for example, asthma. This is also very difficult for West medicine to cure. So, and then also there are some scientist students. Some of my scientist students, when they know they're so effective, so when there's some researchers, scientists, and then when they suffer, they come to us. So they mostly join the class on at the weekend. So we have scientist students and patients, and then researchers. Yeah.
Oh, great, great to hear. Yes. We uh, we have a technical question about 3CM, 3 centers merge, from Jacob. He's asking about the placement of hands. What should be the preferred method? Place the hands on the dantian, or some people like to do la chi. What is your preference, Teacher Helen, when you teach 3 centers merge?
You mean where the hands located is
Yes,
in front of Dantian, or in
higher
front of the
up. Yes, higher
chest?
up. Yes.
And so his question is, where should he place the hands?
Yes, his question is, I can read it to you. When you practice 3CM, do you do the basic form, hands to the navel, or do you lift the hands up, and why?
Okay. Thank you for the question. And actually, I think it depends on the things like basically, for most of the practitioners, should first place the hands in front of the navel, because first is make the low dantian qi is plentiful. This is the foundation. So no matter when in level 1, level 2 stage, mostly for most people should place the hands in front of the navel. So this is for majority of people. And then for majority of people, it's like when you practice like level 3, or of course before level 3, but if you already focus on middle dantian, the 5 organs, then you can put the hands in front of the chest. But there's also kind of teacher also has been mentioned before. Even they haven't learned level 3 yet, but if like young people, very strong, very healthy, they can also very fast move the hand from the low dantian to the chest, to the upper level. This is much easy to kind of more faster to improve, to stronger the qi and the body. But for kind of older people or people just started, we think still good to first place the hands in front of the low dantian area. In front of the navel. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Then, Teacher Helen, we have another question. We have a question about level 3. How important is it to pronounce the sounds correctly in pinyin? And what happens if you learn from a Western student pronunciation? So I guess her question is it very important to say the sounds correctly in level 3?
Yes, for level 3, to pronounce the sounds correctly is important. The reason is level 3 is mainly use the sound to direct the qi to the organs. Like level 1 is mainly use the mind. Level 2 is body and mind. So it's like wherever your body move, and then the qi follow the body. So that's why it's called body and mind, xing, shen, zhuang. But for level 3, is use the qi, sorry, the sound, to when you pronounce a certain sound, then it's motivate to the organs. So that's why if you pronounce the sound correctly, of course, the change of the qi is different. But then, of course, at the very beginning for Western, for foreigners, it's difficult to pronounce very correctly. It doesn't mean if you pronounce not correctly completely, then it has no function. No, still it will have some function, just like, cut some percentage. They function. So that's why try to, pronounce correctly. And actually, the most important is to really place like the mouth organs or the tongue at the right place. As long as you put it rightly, we have a lot of students, they are foreigners, but they also pronounce the sound very well. For other Chinese, they cannot speak very fluently, but for the 5 organs, level 3, the sound, they can do very well, because we tell them clearly how to place the tongues, the organs. Because I was when I was in university, I have been on the radio during some break, so I know how to pronounce, make the right sound. So I tell them the method, the way. So it's very important to learn in the right way, and it's not difficult actually when you know how to place the mouth organs, the tongue.
Yes, yes. We have another question. Diego is asking about theory and practice. I see a lot of people, especially in New York and others, we just gather and we practice, not much emphasis on theory. What is your opinion, and Dr. Pong? Did Dr. Pong put a lot of emphasis also on learning the theory of Zhineng QIgong?
For that, I think it also depends on what kind of a goal for the people who practice. For example, if the like in the center, in the Huaxia Center is the same. for the recurrent department, more focus on practicing a lot. Because for them, okay, they know the basic theory is enough. They know, okay, all kinds of disease, on the big picture is because Qi is not plentiful, Qi is not opening. So through practice level 1, 3 centers, level 2, we make Qi is plentiful enough in the body, make Qi is opening, meridians opening, then the disease naturally, kind of step by step recover. So, on the big picture, I'm not saying just these few words, but they don't have to know too much, because they need to spend the most of the time focus on practicing. So that's why if the question is depends on what kind of goal for the person. If it's for recovering, they don't have to learn too much theory. Of course, if they understand more, if they have this, the condition to learn more, that's great. Otherwise, should focus on practicing more on the recovering state. Then, of course, if the person want to become the teacher, then want to teach people, then you have to know, not only know how is how, what is what, why is why. You have to tell the people, we practice this way, but why we should practice this way, and then the theory behind it. And also, this is like practicing method theory, but there's also the other theory. So when the theory they know deep, that also can help the practice go deeper.
Yes, yes, very good. Thank you. We had a question from Martin. He was asking, Zhineng Qigong is an open system, and he wanted to know the open part in the open system.
What does he mean, the open?
Yeah, I don't know. He just texted me the question. I guess he's asking how open is Zhineng Qigong. We have heard that there are 6 levels. Dr. Pong publicly shared level 1, 2, and 3. Level 4, 5, and 6, are they in development or secret or never finished?
Well, so far, of course, the master, the levels which is open to public is level 1, level 2, level 3. Yeah. But of course, there's a lot of affiliated small gongs. For example, there's Chen Qi, there's the practicing Qi, 8 master. Yeah. And then there are also some other small methods, a lot of them. But the big gong is this level 1 to level 3, which is open to the public. Yeah. But then the other level 4 to 6, of course, for Peng, he has accomplished. But this is like only for people who has been ready. That means they already. Not only just know level 3, many people know level 3. It's like you have reached the level of level 3. Because like for the Kung Fu, for the level, it's not how many levels you know, it's like the level that you have. So that if you really has reached the level of level 3, the Hunyuan Qiao open, then of course, with this foundation, can learn level 4. Otherwise, it's no use. So that's why for level 4, 5, 6 is only can individually when some people, whoever is ready and whoever can learn. But I guess his question when asked about the open system, maybe if I'm right, maybe he's asked about how Zhineng Qigong is open kind of system. But it's like the Qi, the mind is open, the Qi is open, the body is open. So I think it's like in the 3 parts. So for the Shen, we see the mind is open because we through Zuchang, for example, organizing the Qi field, this already can show Zhineng Qigong is a very open system. Through organizing the Qi field Zuchang, this method is really has been opened as big as enough with the universe, with the whole Qi field. So the whole thing, this is like the mind is open, and also it's including you have big heart and big love. And the second is the Qi is open. The Qi is open, of course, we through practicing make the Qi open. Yeah, not just because like for the some traditional qigong is like they close practice. They first make this in the body has a certain degree, then they connect with the universe. But for Zhineng qigong is for level 1. From level 1 is already the body, the human being connect with the whole universe. So that's why level 1, it is the first level of Zhineng qigong sense, but it is also can reach the highest level. Teacher Pang always emphasize that. And the third part is open, is the body is open. So Xing, Qi, Shen, and from the man, the qi, the body, the 3 parts all open. So I guess he's asking about that. The body of open, of course, through practicing. And then level 1, make your membrane open. Membrane, not only the skin has a membrane, the organs, the bones, the joints, even to every little cell, all have its membrane. Then the level 2, the open is much deeper to the bone. And then level 3, the organs, mainly the organs open. So that's why, through the 3 levels, and then can already open quite complete if people really put the heart into practicing enough.
Yes. Dr. Pang, he kept on evolving, he kept on improving Zhineng Qigong. Some teachers, there's a debate that after the year 2000, perhaps he put more emphasis on opening up the spine, opening up the lumbar, put more emphasis on 3 centers merge, on that Tai Chi. What is your opinion? Things like straight leg sittings, more emphasis on opening up the spine. What is your opinion, Teacher Helen? Did Dr. Pang change the method slightly after the year 2000?
No, he didn't change. So of course I share it's my opinion. Okay, so this is like the before before he teach the straighting legs. This is the new method in 2000, and mainly use 3 centers standing method, and wall squatting uses 2 to fully relax the lumbar spine, relax the waist and hip joints, the whole spine. This is mainly with 3 centers and wall squatting. But then, of course, when it's the year of 2000, Teacher Pang started teaching the new method of straightening legs. And so, but this doesn't mean so you see the other, he doesn't say the other methods are not helpful. It's because he's also with years he's also researching and helping think. Some people, I mean, like Teacher Karl, he practice 3 centers like he can stay 5 to 6 hours non-stop all the time. So some people, I mean, not only him, I know there's also other people, but just like some people can use 3 centers alone or just wall squatting. They can already the whole spine open very well, the lumbar spine, the waist open very well. But still, Teacher Pang watched, noticed that still some people they didn't really reach very enough, good results. The achievement seems not fast enough. So, and he's also researching. So for some people, I mean, do they need something more and to have the, practicing achievements much more effective. But it doesn't mean 3 centers wall squatting are not good. They are still very, very powerful, very, very good. But this with the straightening legs, this new method will be much more helpful together. I mean, to help the whole spine, and the lumbar spine, the hip joints, and at least the whole integratedly, all much more open, faster, more effective. And also some people who cannot, I mean, practice 3 center wall squatting well, then use the sitting method. Sitting like it's much easier for them. So it's just like keep developing more complete.
Yes, great. Thank you. We have one final question, one last question. This is from teacher Gina. She's a teacher in Malaysia. Uh, she's asking, is there more emphasis on meditation now by Pang Laoshi?
Meditation.
Yes, meditation. That Pang Laoshi, is he putting more emphasis on meditation?
So when he asks about meditation, does he or she means like say like when you practice recenter, you are in a very quiet condition. Oh, I mean the other you know QIgong, for example, you just sit there. So I just want to make sure that I understand him correctly.
Yes, Gina, can you add something, please? You can open your mic and. Let's see, Gina.
She answered that it's the question. Her question was about if it's more sitting, not moving meditation, but Helen's understanding of the question was more interesting.
Yes, yes, yes. So she's asking, I think, just sitting without moving. So emphasis, yeah.
So most sittings like the both feet, both hands, the center face upwards, like that kind of sitting, traditional sitting practicing way, I think, right?
Yeah.
The meditation. Yes, of course, you know, even in the center, before I noticed when it's a full moon or new moon practice, this people often direct in person. I mean, but he mainly directed the 8 sentences, like from Ding Tian Li Di. And after this, like especially in Chinese New Year, sometimes he stay there and he's doing this kind of sitting method. I mean, you know, like meditation way, but the use of the mind should be different. I mean, according to the Zhineng Qigong's use of the mind, but maybe it's the way he mentioned about the meditation. Of course, you know, teacher Pang, he still keep for practicing is no end. So keep still keep improving, keep practicing. Actually, although I a month ago actually have the chance with him, but I didn't really ask him what does he practice now. But of course, you know, from level 4 to 5 to 6 is the sitting, more sitting method, and then use the man. Similarly, use 意识, more is use the man, is 意识. So it's level 4, 5, 6 is more, you know, like mainly just sitting and use the 意识. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So thank you very much, Teacher Helen, for answering all of our questions. The volume went down. Your volume, I don't know if you need to adjust your microphone or, but that's okay.
I put already the largest volume. Yes. Let me see if there's any other places that I can adjust.
So now it's good. I think when you sit back, we have trouble. But
okay. Maybe just not a little bit far from.
Yes, thank you very much. You spent 45 minutes answering questions. Very, very knowledgeable for us. Thank you.
And I hope that can be of some help for the Zhineng Qigong friends there who is listening. I really appreciate everyone is there. Also, especially appreciate you, Amaya, and also Martin together to organize this you know, wonderful meeting. I think it's really good. We together to share some good information. But due to the time, of course, lots of questions. I think I only answered in the big picture, not very you know, detailed. For example, actually, when just to you know, make job like when the 3 centers, the hands in front, it can focus on middle dantian, the 混元窍, also can focus on the low dantian. It depends on where your mind is, but mostly when the hands in the front is focused on the 混元窍 or middle dantian. So I just want to give a little bit more information. I'm just saying sometimes in different states, I mean, kind of the question could be only answered in a certain degree, and hope you can kindly understand.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Shall we do some practice, Teacher Helen?
Yes.
Would you like to lead a practice? Yes, that would be very
Yes.
good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So we can, you know, kind of practice a level 1, okay? Yeah, and before that, actually, I just want to apologize. Teacher Karl, actually, at the very beginning, he was thinking to come and then to say hello, but then something held him back. He couldn't come, but he asked me to, you know, send his warmest greetings to everybody, to all the Zhineng Qigong friends there. Also, meanwhile, last time in the email, you asked me also can introduce a book that we have written, but at the moment, the one book is this book.
Okay.
The pleasure of the you know, the happy, healthy, long life Zhineng Qigong Science. It's a Spanish version. So this is like I remember last time in the email you mentioned the I actually introduced if there's any book we have written. So if any people need it, they can you know, see if they can contact us. I'm just share a little bit of information about that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so now then we can practice level 1. Okay, yeah. For level 1, and now we can practice for like half an hour. Okay. Yes. When practice level 1, we can like only audio, right? Or audio and video together, because I think, you know, because it's not complete, the screen, mainly audio is enough, but people, they all know how to practice. It's just like share the good information, like the way that we usually practice, but it's all according to what Teacher Pang taught us when we were in his program. And I hope everybody can use the mind very well to connect with the big Qi field, and we all practice the same Gong, use the same mind. So the power of the level 1 Zhineng Qigong Science will be more and more expressed.
Yes.
Okay, so then the practice level 1. Put feet together until body is centered. Look straight forward. Pay attention one point at the horizon. Connect with the center of the brain. Slowly and evenly close your eyelids. To see and hear inside. Raise 百会. Yin Tang, relax. Tucking chin. Chest and back, relax. Mingmen, relax to fall backward. Raise Hui Yin. Both hands, arms, shoulders, hip joints, legs, knees, ankles, feet and toes. Relax completely. Entire body, from head to feet, from inner to outer. Relax completely. Be quiet. Level 1, 捧气灌顶法 Lift it up and put it down method. 顶天立地 Head touches the blue sky. Feet stand on the earth. Deeply plunge into the blue sky and the earth. 轻松一冲 Body relaxes, mind expands to the horizon. 外境内境 Outside is respectful, inside is very calmful and peaceful. 心诚茂公 Your heart is as clear as a pond of pure water. Your appearance is very, very humble. 一念不起 No any distracting thoughts. Put all your heart into practicing. 神助太空 Think the faraway space, the galaxy. Connect with the original 混元气 there. Think body, 神意照体 Think 百会天门 open. The original 混元气 follow the mind. Come into the whole body. Let through the whole body. 周身融融 Until body is harmonized with qi. Be quiet. With little finger leading, rotate palms backwards and continue downwards. Middle finger lead, push 15 degrees. Pull, feel the qi under the palm. Push, pull. Push, pull. Relax wrist, turn palms with hukou, tiger mouse leading, lift qi upward. In the front of navel, illuminate navel. Think Mingmen. Turn palms downwards. Circle arms to both sides. Slowly, evenly feel the qi. Feel the qi all around you. To the back, illuminate Mingmen. Continue, raise hands upwards. Under armpits, middle finger press 大包. Extend hands and arms forward. Hold the qi, always have the qi feeling. Shoulder level, middle finger illuminate yin tang, think yu zhen. Circle arms to both sides. Feel the qi between arms and outside the arms. Almost one line. Turn palms down, continue. Turn palms up. Lift qi upward. Feel the qi. Above head. Put palms together. Lift further. Lower arms and hands along body center line. Hands outside, man goes inside. Form a praying hands position in front of the chest. Turn fingertips a little bit to gather qi. Be calmful and peaceful. Turn hands forward. Shoulder level. Separate the fingers by one. Little finger separate. Ring finger. Middle finger. Erect palm. Separate the forefinger. Slowly separate the thumb. Feel the qi. Shoulder level. Center palms reach the horizon. Push and pull together qi. Pull. Push. 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 推。手。To as far as you can to the faraway space. Show deeply in the body. Faraway space. Show. Show. Hold hands, horizontal gather qi. Open, feel the qi. Close, open, 开. Close, 合. 开. Feel the qi. 合. Hold hands. Circle arms to both sides. Feel the qi at the horizon. Slowly, evenly. To both sides, send your palms outwards, reach the horizon. Pull, sink body deeply. Push to the faraway space. Show, 推，手，推。Vertical gather qi, middle finger lead up, down. Feel the qi. 起 up, 落 down. 起落 relax wrist, turn palms, lift chi upwards, lift huge chi ball you just gathered, which is full of life, slowly, evenly. Above head, pause for 1 cycle of breath. Think Yongquan, center of the feet. Pull it down. Heart face, mind goes inside. To the chest, think inside. Feel the qi. To navel, middle finger, press navel. Think Mingmen. Along waistline, direct qi backward, slide to the Mingmen. Mind goes inside. Middle finger press Mingmen. Think navel. Direct qi downwards. Bend body. Along the back of the legs. Feel like the qi comb goes inside. Hands along the outside of the feet. Place hands on top of the feet. Press down to the blue sky and the earth. Raise up with Mingmen leading. Press down, 下按. Raise up, 上提. 下按 press down, 上提 raise up, extract earth qi along the inner of the feet, inner of the legs, direct qi upward. Middle finger press navel. Think Mingmen. Be quiet. Separate hands to both sides. Both qi, hands and arms deeply plunge into the blue sky and the earth. Feel the Hunyuan qi there. Raise hands from both sides. Slowly, evenly. Feel the qi hold the hands and arms up like it flying by itself. Feel the qi. Almost one line, middle finger lead, erect palm, center palms outwards, reach the horizon. Pull, sink the body. Push to the faraway space. Show. 回手推手推手推 Hold hands, horizontal gather qi, close forward 15 degrees. Open backwards. Close 合 Open 开 Feel the 气合开 All open. Hold hands. Circle arms forward. Feel the qi at the horizon. Shoulder level. Center palms outwards, reach the horizon. Sink body deeply. Push to the faraway space. Show. 回收回收回 Feel the 气收回 Hold hands, vertical collective. Middle finger lead up, down, up, 起 down 落起落 Relax wrists, turn palms, lift chi upward. Lift the big chi ball you just gathered very carefully upwards, above head. Pause for 1 second breath. Full chi down. Pass face to yin tang. Middle finger press yin tang. Think QIgong. Along eyebrows, middle finger slide backwards. To QIgong. Middle finger press QIgong. Think yin tang. Along the neck, cervical spine, direct chi downwards. To under the third thoracic vertebra, 伸住. Middle finger press 伸住. Along shoulders, under armpits, connect chi upwards. Along the back, direct chi downwards. To 命门. Middle finger press 命门. Along waistline, slide forward. Man goes inside. Middle finger press navel. Think 命门. Direct chi downwards. Along the inner of the legs, man goes very deep to the bone, like the qi cone inside. Place hands on top of the feet. Press down to the blue sky under the earth. Breathe up with 命门 leading. Press down 下按. Breathe up 上提. Press down 下按. Breathe up 上提. Extract earth qi along the outer of the feet, the back of the legs. Direct qi upward. Middle finger press 命门 Think navel. Slide forward along the waistline. Mind goes inside. Middle finger press navel. Think 命门. 丹田气 is plentiful. Separate hands to both sides. Be quiet. Deeply plunge both qi hands and arms into the blue sky and the earth. Feel the Hunyuan qi there. Both arms 45 degrees with the body, diagonally with Hukou, tactmost leading. Lift qi upwards. Feel like thousands of qi hands and arms together. Lift upwards. Lift a huge qi ball. It's full of life. Up. Above head. Pause for 1 second of breath. Think Yongquan, center of the feet. Pull qi down. Along both sides. Past ears. Turn hands, arms forward. Forearms stand in front of the shoulder. Push right hand forward. Almost straight. Relax wrist, turn palms. Scoop qi to the left. "90-degree, press 中回. Continue, scoop qi from the back. Middle finger, press qi hu. Push left hand forward. Almost straight, relax wrist, turn palms. Scoop qi to the right. "90-degree, press 中回. Continue, scoop qi from the back. Middle finger, press qi hu. Naturally breathe in and out for 3 times. And breathe in, press gently. And breathe out, naturally release, but not separate. Release fingers. Push hands forward. Form a lotus palm. Close hands. Form a praying hands position in front of the chest. Turn fingertips a little bit to feel the qi and gather qi. Be peaceful and calmful. Breathe, closing hands upwards along body center line. Mind goes inside. Above head, lift further. Separate hands, lower arms. Slowly, evenly feel the qi. Feel the powerful qi. Almost one line, turn palms upward. Circle arms forward. Feel the qi. Hold the qi ball. Shoulder level. Middle finger illuminate 印堂. Think QIgong. Withdraw hands and arms backwards. Hold the qi ball. Under armpits. Middle finger press double. Extend hands and arms backwards. Circle arms to both sides. Turn palms forward. Gather qi. Slowly, evenly. Feel the qi between arms and the body, between the palms. Slowly, evenly gather qi. Gather qi field. Gather all the good information. Both hands cover on the navel. Nourish qi. Be quiet and harvest qi. Dan Tian qi is plentiful. Entire body from head to feet, from inner to outer, all the tissues, all the organs, the joints, to every little cell. Qi is plentiful. Meridians are all opening. Functions all returns normal and become stronger. Everyone is very happy, healthy, and successful. Open yuan ling tong. Also place your family, your friends, all your students, all the Zhineng Qigong friends in our Qi field. Send them all the best and Kun Yuan Ling Tong. Separate hands to both sides. Mind on the inside. Slowly and evenly open your eyelids. And slowly close your eyes again. Use eyes to gather qi. Open, close, open your eyes. Okay, now relax your ankles. Relax the feet and legs. So can grab the fingertips and grab the feet and toes. Make qi reach to the tip. The tip has very special meridians which connect with the heart and the brain. And roll the shoulders. Make the shoulder joints more opening. And relax the lumbar spine. Relax the lumbar spine freely. Okay. And I hope everybody had a good practice.
Yes, yes, wonderful, wonderful practice. Thank you.
And I hope everybody enjoyed and had a good practice.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, haha. Kate, I'm sorry I was late.
No problem. I'm very happy to see you here.
You too.
So many people,
really very nice to see so many Zhineng Qigong friends here. It's really very dear, very very happy feeling to meet all of you here. We will be always connected.
Yeah.
And I just want to explain a little bit. Just now I practice QIgong because I just to read a little bit about the people who can come to the meeting. Most of the people are already teachers or practice for many years. So that's why just now when I direct level 1, and I try to not to focus on movements, but focus on qi, because teacher also emphasized at the very beginning, you pay attention to the movement, but when you're very familiar with the movement, practice level 1 should focus on the qi, focus on the qi, getting the qi, reach the qi, get qi into the body, and use the mind to get the qi. So that's why I just want you to know, like just now I didn't pay a lot of attention to the movements, but focus on the qi. Yeah, and also I used some Chinese because like for push and pull is shou, tui, open, close, kai, he. The reason is I think many people are also starting learning level 3, and then they also want to know more Chinese songs, especially this kind of repeating songs. The Chinese, the shou, tui has more powerful meaning, and it's easy to learn the song. So that's why I use some Chinese words and hope you can understand the reason behind it.
Helen, how was the sound for pushing down and pulling up?
Press down, you mean for the press down and the raise up. Press down is 下按, 下 X-I-A, 下按 A-N, 下按. Raise up is 上提, 上提. Yes. You're from Malaysia, right?
From Argentina.
Argentina, because just now you were asking for Malaysia friend asking the questions. Okay.
Yes.
Nice to meet a friend from Argentina.
Yes, we have many students from Argentina here. Alex, they're all waiting for you in Argentina, Teacher Helen.
Yes. How many countries are these Zhineng Qigong friends from?
I would say about a dozen countries: Argentina, Mexico, U.S., many cities in U.S., lots of them in Europe. Very big presence in Germany, Netherlands. Netherlands, surprisingly, is very big. Martin, of course, in Holland. Webke, another friend from Holland.
Yes.
From Belgium. And some from Spain. Yeah, it's a very good mix of experienced students and teachers. Many of them have traveled to China to study with other teachers.
So there's like a Zhineng Qigong international Qi field here.
International Qi field, yes.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's very meaningful, very good that you and Martin and organize this meeting like every Sunday, right?
Every Sunday, and it's the same time. Usually we start a little bit 1 hour later, but it's every Sunday, and it's all free. There's no charge. Martin makes it available, and we record all the classes, and we make them available through Martin's website. Martin has a website, so it's all free.
It's very good. I think it's excellent. to invite teachers to come to share the good information.
Yes, we have had over, I think now over 20 teachers from all around the world, and it's great to build a community like this. Yes.
Yeah. And I hope everybody enjoy the practice, but if there's any feedback, you let me know, because actually this is the first time that I learned to use the internet live show to share the good information. So that's why for the online, they use the internet, I'm not very experienced.
Yes.
That means I have no experience. This is the first time I'm online, because before I never learned to do it online, to share good information. So if there's anything, I did this not very, how to say, not perfect or not complete, and I apologize, but I try my best to do good and to share good information.
Yes. This Zoom is a wonderful platform, teacher Helen. You may consider using it because we can see each other, we can talk, and it's very inexpensive. It's just $15 a month, and it's just wonderful way to have a live meeting from people from all around the world.
This live meeting and the good information can share, and then the people also who is online, is like a certain people, because the other people, because they are working or whatever, has other things, they couldn't be here, but the information is connected.
Information, absolutely. And thank you so much for making time and answering all the questions. And we have many more questions, and if you have further questions, you can email Teacher Helen. We have her email address. We will also make her flyer available so you can attend her workshops. You can connect to Teacher Helen through Facebook. So yes, wonderful. It's a great honor meeting you, Teacher Helen. And
you are all very welcome. And for me, it's very, very happy thing to meet more Zhineng Qigong friends there. But for me, I really consider a lot how Zhineng Qigong developed in the whole world, in every country. Before in the center, I have the honor to discuss with our teacher Pang a few times how we should, share Zhineng Qigong, the theory, the method, the information in different period of time to the foreigners. I'm one of the few who start very early in charge of teaching foreign students in Huaxia Center. So I always feel I have a big responsibility to make sure everything goes well in everywhere. So of course, many teachers together, do this work, and many other teachers also did a lot. I appreciate all the contribution of everyone is doing, including you, Amir, and Martin. This is very nice to organize a meeting, make people who can use the online way to learn lots of good information. So anyway, if there's anything I can be of some support, some help, and I will be very happy. So if there's any questions I didn't have time to answer now, and they can email me or send a message to me, and I will be happy to answer whenever I can. And also, if possible, next time, I don't know if next time Teacher Karl, actually today he didn't have the time to say hello, but I hope next time, if possible, he can come to say hello, to share his information with everybody. I think that would be excellent. Can also, because next time they also, the good things that we already make the appointment with our teacher Pang, to talk about our research with some very leading scientists in quantum physics. So that's why that day the tea will be very strong, because in the morning we will be at our teacher's home. So then if on Sunday evening, if Teacher Karl can, to say hello to direct practice, that would be very good for all the Zhineng Qigong friends here to share, all the big chief from our teacher as well, our teacher Pang. And
wonderful. Yes, you were welcome. I will unmute everyone so you can thank Teacher Helen.
Gracias.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very happy to.
Thank you very much.
To see you, everyone. Take care, Teacher Helen. Thank you so much. It's a great
Thank you.
How is the mail? Sorry, how is the mail, Ellen? We don't know your mail address.
My email address is Helen Ling.
I can, let's see.
Helen Ling 76@163.com.
Yeah, I can put it in the chat now.
You can put it on our website.
Helen Zhang, 76@163.
The website www.and also the email address. I have both of the address. I hope it's be fine, and then this weekend
Thank you very much, Teacher Helen. I know it's very late for you, very late at night. Thank you for making time. I will end the meeting. Take care, friends. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Bye.
Bye. Adiós.
Bye.